Joan, I'm on the phone now, joining you from just outside Mobile. The storm, Hurricane Opal, slammed on shore last night around 6 p.m. just east of Pensacola, Florida, with high sustained winds of 125 miles per hour and stronger gusts. And it has just raced northward as it's lost some of its intensity and has become now a tropical storm. But it's been a huge rainmaker. It's produced widespread flooding. It's knocked down power lines. And I'll give you an update on its path and what you can expect today just a little bit later. Charlie?
All right, thank you, Spencer. It's not only knocked down power lines and a lot of other things, it knocked down our truck, and that's why Spencer has to join us by phone this morning. Also on Good Morning America this morning, the aftermath, as Joan mentioned, of the Simpson trial. In our next hour, you're going to hear the
from a raging hurricane to a fading tropical storm and trading its strength for speed as it races north very quickly along the Appalachian mountain chain. Opal now is expected to drop up to 10 inches of rain. The areas hardest hit the Gulf Coast of Florida and Alabama. Reporting from Florida, from the Panhandle, is ABC's Mark Potter.
The worst of the hurricane winds came ashore after sundown and tore apart homes and businesses along the coast. They also knocked out power and phone service for about 70% of the residents. The storm surge caused flooding in many coastal areas and destroyed part of the Panama City Marina. This morning, Bay County authorities will begin to assess the damage, but already believe that the worst hit areas in their jurisdiction are Panama City Beach and Mexico Beach, where many homes near the water were destroyed.
I think probably before we're done that we will have at least 100 homes totally destroyed. And I would not be surprised to see another 100 to 150 that have major damage.
When the storm hit last night, there were very few people out on the roads. A curfew had been imposed, and residents of low-lying areas and trailer parks were ordered to evacuate. Officials estimate that as many as 30,000 of them crowded onto the highways and headed north and east to get away from the storm. Many went to Alabama to find shelter in hotels. Behind me is one of the many businesses in the Panama City Beach area that were damaged by the hurricane-force winds. At first light, the authorities will get out trying to get an assessment of the full extent of the damage, and in order to do that, they have sealed off Bay County until at least noon. And what that means is that no one except essential personnel will be allowed to enter the county. It also means that residents still here are ordered to stay inside their homes.
Mark, with so many residents taking those storm warnings seriously, apparently the number of injuries and deaths kept to a minimum.
My understanding is there is one confirmed death north of Fort Walton Beach, Florida, and no deaths and no injuries in this area where there have been extensive damages to homes and businesses.
Thank you, Mark. Mark Potter reporting live from the Panhandle of Florida.
Well, the image of the storm as it slammed onto the coast of the Florida Panhandle last night, just east of Pensacola. The storm did not slow down much, as hurricanes usually do. It raced northward after slamming on shore, and its path right now is almost due northward at between 20 and 25 miles per hour. It'll move up through northern Georgia and eastern Tennessee this morning. By midday, it'll be up around Charleston, West Virginia, and will be downgraded then from a tropical storm at sometime midday to just a low-pressure system, and it'll wind up tonight in western New York State around Buffalo. Here's what you can expect if you are in the midst of this storm today. 1 to 3 inches of rainfall, generally extensive flooding because some rain will be locally heavier, 40 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts, and tornadoes are possible. Generally, the weather picture today, aside from the wet weather in the east, looks like a mix of rain and snow in parts of the northern Rockies and northern plains, and basically sunny and calm everywhere else. That's a look at the national weather picture. Here's a look at what's happening where you are.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Bill Evans, and this morning we're seeing rain surge.